Okay, let's go ahead and get the meeting started. Welcome everyone to the October 13th, 2025 meeting of the Indianola Municipal Utilities Board of Trustees. Let's go ahead and call the meeting to order and start with a roll call.
Selgray. White. Here. Smith. Present. Voights.
Yes.
Craven.
Here.
Thank you.
Okay, public comment. Is there anybody here wishing to make a public comment? I don't believe we have anybody. So we will move on to the consent agenda. And we have 4 items: approval of claims, minutes from our last meeting, a resolution authorizing payment of retainage, the August 2026 financial report. So let's take each of those items. Questions on claims? Minutes? The resolution authorizing payment of retainage. Justin, do you want to comment on that?
No, it's just the mid to 31 days, so the retainage can be released to central tank coating.
And then the August financial reports, Doug, do you want to comment?
Really not. It's for the 2 months ended August, and not a whole lot of activity, and Chris always puts in the note, you're going to close the capital funds into what I refer to as the general fund in all 3 funds. So that'll be a difference as soon as you get the audit adjustments and get everything incorporated. But I think, and Chris pointed this out to me, I think the only thing that was a little abnormal was I think it had to do with capital for fiber. It was like 29%. Otherwise, the percentages were, revenues, expenses were right in line, and capital we know can, for various reasons. But anyway, that's my comments.
The only thing I noticed, Chris, is on water. Last year we had been trending kind of below, but this year we're trending ahead just slightly. Like last year at this time we were like 14-15%, and this year we're at 17%.
I've kind of been looking at that too, and it's seasonal, cyclical. Yep. Like it's just off a month, it seems like. And then also we haven't got our audit adjustments. I did get a note from the auditor today. They are close to sending out a draft report. So once we get that, typically there's not a lot of adjustment or corrections, updates, anything to that, and then we'll get our audit adjustments. So I'm hoping maybe within the next month with the next financial report we can have those adjustments done, and then we can start looking at that. But to your point, yes, I've been watching that too, and it's just off a month, it seems like. So I don't know if you can comment on that, like from this year, last year, weather-wise.
This is just me being the picky accountant, but one of the things I noticed is like your percentages. Some of the percentages are like 16.6, and some of them are rounded to 17.
Okay.
My preference would be is to the decimal point, like to 1 decimal point.
Okay.
If you can make them all consistent,
yep.
that would make this.
I can do that.
Return a person happy.
The rest of us didn't notice so much.
I'm sure you didn't. Okay. Any other questions, comments on financial report? Okay, I believe we need a first and second motion to approve the consent agenda.
I'll motion to approve.
Second.
Do we need a roll call, right?
Yes. White.
Yes.
Smith.
Yes.
Voights.
Yes.
Craven.
Yes.
Thank you. Approved.
Okay, we are on to electric utility action items. I need a first and second motion to enter into a public hearing in regarding the plan specifications, form of contract, and estimate of cost for the northeast-southeast alley premise wiring modifications project.
So moved. Second.
Roll call.
Voights.
Yes.
Craven?
Yes.
White?
Yes.
Smith?
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, we are in a public hearing. Anyone wishing to speak regarding the project should come to the lectern, state your name and address for the record. I don't believe we have anybody, and we have not received any comments, I assume. Okay. So then we need a first and second motion to exit the public hearing.
So moved.
Second.
We don't need to fight.
Just rotate.
Okay, roll call.
White.
Yes.
Smith.
Yes.
Voights.
Yes.
Craven.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, need a first and second motion to approve the resolution approving the plan specifications, formal contract and estimate of cost for the northeast southeast alley premise wiring modifications contract.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Smith.
Yes.
Voights.
Yes.
Craven.
Yes.
White.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, then finally need a first and second motion to approve the resolution awarding a contract for the northeast southeast alley premise wiring modification project.
So moved.
Second.
And before we do roll call, comments on the,
Yeah, we received the two bids. Miller was low bid.
Why was there such a big difference then?
that's what all of these, there's
They've
been
all
quite a big
been
difference in all of them,
underneath.
hasn't it?
Yeah, they've been underneath all the engineers' estimates and,
That's still
Local work.
$40,000, I thought, that seemed like a big,
yeah. So I know Al's, spoke to him, I've talked to Marty myself, and Marty feels comfortable with it, and we've,
good for us.
on the other ones, yeah, we haven't had any issues. Work's looking good. So,
Good.
recommend Miller again.
Okay, any other comments? All right, roll call.
White.
Yes.
Smith.
Yes.
Voights.
Yes.
Craven.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, electric utility information items.
Yep, so solar project now, we are on our end 100% ready to go. We've energized the transformers, tested them, so we're good to go on our side of that part of the project. Scott Felton project, that's where we had to move some of the underground.
Okay, before you move on from
Sorry.
that, I happened to drive there this weekend, and it looks really impressive. That's just
It's getting bigger by the day.
Yeah.
There's some more piling and some more panels, especially to the east and northeast that they're putting in, but yeah, that's,
This is just my rough estimate. It looks like, what, maybe 2/3 of the panels themselves are installed?
that's
2/3,
probably pretty close,
3/4.
I would say.
Yeah, that's kind of consistent with all they did have some areas where they had to get some longer pilings that caused a little bit of delay. But yeah, once they get the panels, like, I left there at lunch and come back and there's 3 more rows done. Like, I don't know how they get done. I haven't seen anybody doing it, but they just pop up magically. Yeah, things are looking good. Everything's still on track. ISI is happy with how things are going, and anticipating no problems for commercial operation by the end of the year.
Do we have any drones that can take an aerial shot of them?
I don't have any.
I do have to dust it off, and
It would be kind of cool.
Try to-
I think it's just kind of a progress report. I mean, it's always cool to see it from the street level, but.
It's Indianola, why don't we just get a balloon?
You got one handy, and you can make sure the winds blow the right way.
Well, I know why it just is going like gangbusters, because they never stop pounding all day.
I noticed there's I don't know how new it is, but it looks like a relatively new house that's right next to it, and obviously there's a whole new development across the street. Have we had any complaints or any issues with any of that?
no, and that new house was one of the few. As I went around and kind of talked with the neighborhoods, they weren't home, and I never have spoke with them. They early on asked for kind of like, what's this going to look like? Some engineering drawings is all we had to share with them.
Yep.
I haven't heard anything good, bad, or indifferent after I sent that with them. So no news is good news.
Yeah, no, I think the only public comment I shared was the mowing of the ditch. But all the noise, do you think that'd be minimal?
That's nothing.
Yeah, so Haven't heard, like, during the construction, and it's definitely annoying.
Other than that.
Yeah, we have one new complaint, but other than that.
Okay.
Noted.
I think they all have a headache though by
Yeah, I think.
10 o'clock in the morning. I don't know how they stand
I
it.
don't hear it at my house, but it's odd that you do. Yeah.
It's odd.
I'm just enough over the hill, I guess.
Guess so. Lucky me.
What about the guys at the water plant?
Okay, sorry.
No, that's fine,
Yeah.
and to kind of follow up on that, about a month ago, we started every bi-weekly, we're meeting on a call with them, with everybody, just to make sure everybody's on the same page and stuff like that, so that's been going on. Scott Felton, it's up there on the northwest part of town where we were bringing some underground from the back to the front to get out of the way of some other projects and stuff that we were going to do anyway. We did get all those conversions over, and it's cut over. I think we've got a couple pedestals in the backyard. We'll remove those probably tomorrow, and we'll be all wrapped up out of there. It was really kind of our first opportunity to get out with the bore rigs in a residential neighborhood, to just kind of go for a little bit, and it went really well. I drove it again today, and you can't hardly tell we were there. I mean, there's grass growing in there already. I don't know what grass seed the guys bought this time, but it was good, it was good stuff. So,
Yeah, I will say, as we go forward, I'll echo, congratulations, guys, because that did look, oftentimes we see digging through mud pits and just giving the guys an opportunity to work in a residential neighborhood. And that is a good example of, as we go out and do more of this in the future, a little bit of relief, what, we can, what it looks like, how clean, how fast it happened. It is a good example, and somewhere where, if there's questions, you can say, this is what will happen. It looks great, everything's there, guys did an awesome job. I'm excited to do the rest of the town now, so.
Working on a couple of the new developments, putting underground in those, doing IUC, which is used to be IUB, doing those maintenance things, overhead and underground. Part of that will be tree trimming, vegetation clearing. We'll put notices out, that'll happen later on when the leaves kind of go off, and it'll be more of a winter project on that side of it. And then we had the IAMU fall overhead underground training seminar, which is where you're working out in the field. We took all 4 apprentices up there for them to get some training in. Well received by them to get out and do some stuff, because we do so much underground right now. It's kind of nice for them to get up and do some overhead type stuff, training as part of that. So other than that, that's what I got.
Okay. Okay, water utility information items, Justin.
Yeah, unfortunately, we've had a streak of water main breaks that's kept us pretty busy. And with that, we broke a couple valves that we've had to fix, so that's kept us fairly busy. And always the restoration of the water main breaks. We'll try to get as many done as we can before the weather turns on us, but we've been in contact with the homeowners and said there's a possibility it won't be till springtime, just on timing. East 3rd water main project is going way faster than I ever thought it would. Water mains in the ground. We did the pressure test today. They took their first set of bacteria samples today as well, so hopefully those come back good. We'll do another set tomorrow, and if those pass, then there's 6 services that they'll tie over, and then it'll just be cleanup after that, so moving right along. We had, I think it was last week, had our generator pre-con. Everything seems to be going well with that. Depending on the contractor, they may come in yet this fall and do some of the dirt prep and retaining wall. They remove a retaining wall. But their anticipated start time would be sometime in April to start setting the pad and all that stuff. Other than that, we're starting to get into the time to start swapping out water meters to keep that process going. So we'll be making phone calls and sending out letters to hopefully get into houses yet for this winter and get those swapped out.
So it's not our typical time to have water main breaks, is it? Doesn't it seem like it's more extreme weather?
This is just how dry we've been.
I was gonna say,
Oh.
Dry and then just old pipe. Unfortunately, the three that we had were all in the same neighborhood, and then the valve we broke, so it was kind of pipe put in the same time. Yeah. That's all I have.
Okay. Thank you, Justin. Kurt, communications, all the information.
Yeah, we're pretty much business as usual, though we are seeing a bit of a fall rush. We normally see a bit of a fall rush this time of year, but we've already got 45 installs and upgrades scheduled for this month, and I've got another 6-7 days that we can still schedule, so. So it's been a busy October, so, which is good, so, but.
So when you say upgrade, what does that entail?
Yeah, going from the old Giga Center equipment up to the Giga Spire stuff, so, yeah, we see more and more people will upgrade on that. Word of mouth is getting out that new equipment works a little bit better than those old Giga Centers. Nothing wrong with the old Giga Centers, but just newer technology, so, yeah. We started splicing down on the Nova 7 South stuff. I've got some of the fiber in down there. We're waiting for them to get the 96 count in. I think they're waiting to get a reel of that from a vendor, so, but we have started splicing on the 24 and 48. My plan is to send out invitations to those customers either later this week or early next week, inviting them to sign up. Our thought is we can at least get drops in before the weather changes, so then if it takes a little bit longer to get that 96 count in, we can at least have those drops to the houses already to
So
be able
how
to
many
come out.
households was that?
I believe, I'd go back and check. I believe there's about 40 down there off McGregor, because we go all the way down and then north and south from there a little bit as well, so, yeah. So we'll see what sort of response we get. We've gotten a lot of calls from folks down there, so I think we're gonna get pretty good response in that area, so, good. I'll have more information on the TV signal acquisition stuff next week, but all of our stuff is going forward as we expected. Haven't run across any roadblocks or anything like that, but I'll have more concrete numbers for you at the next October meeting, but no roadblocks there yet, so everything's looking good there, so.
Any fallout from us submitting our letter and have others submitted theirs?
Everybody else opted not to submit a letter, just assumed everybody would sign the amendment, which I think everybody's gonna sign the amendments. I don't think it's gonna be a big deal, but yeah, there wasn't any pushback on us sending the letters out. They understood why we did it, so should be fine. And I'm hoping maybe I have that amendment by the next meeting, but my guess is it's probably gonna be the first one in November, but CFU is still working through it with their legal folks and stuff like that.
And the amendment will be to basically shut down.
Yeah, it'll just terminate on October 11th, I assume,
yeah.
yeah. So we'll see what the language looks like when I get a draft of it, so, yeah. We will have our haunted splicing trailer at the ICYF trick-or-treating event this year. Since the library is taking a year off, we decided we'd give that one a go. So we're gonna be out there this Saturday, the 18th, from 6 to 8 p.m. So if anyone comes out, we'll be handing out candy and giving tours of the splicing trailer, and it's Halloween theme. So,
In costume?
I will not be in costume, but you never know, Sky might. So she's a little more into Halloween than I am. So, but I will be there. So.
Well, I'm out of town, so take pictures.
Okay. And finally, KG and I will be out in Las Vegas early next week for the Calix conference. We'll see where Calix is going here the next year. I do expect a lot of information on AI stuff and how Calix thinks that might work into their system. So should come back with some interesting information after that. So.
Are you a Wizard of Oz fan?
Yeah, I like Wizard of Oz.
It's at the speaker.
Oh, is it?
And I've heard it's really cool.
All right, keep that in mind, because, yeah, Vegas is not my favorite place to go to. So.
Okay, thank you, Kurt. Okay, now we have combined electric, water, and communication action items, and we have 4 different items to consider. The first is that we need a first and second motion to approve, to consider the approval of utility accounts to be written off and to use any customary collection method, including submission to the state offset program, and to charge any applicable collection fees. Are there motions?
So moved.
second,
And roll call.
White,
yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Voight,
Yes.
Craven.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, that item is approved. The next item is a resolution to approve the purchase agreement for parcel ID 4802023060. I almost need my glasses for that one.
Pull it off.
Yeah, where is this?
Yeah, let's do motions first, and then we'll come back to that.
Second.
Chris?
All right, so this is, we talked previously in some closed sessions about maybe some future parking lot needs. This parcel is the stuff just north, this empty lot north of us here. They accepted that modified offer, and we're expecting to close on October 29th.
Was there any further discussion from them on the offer?
No.
They just accepted it?
Yep.
Okay, any further discussion? Roll call.
White,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Voight,
Yes.
Craven.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, next item, first and second motion regarding a resolution approving the application and agreement for membership in the Iowa Public Power Agency. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Any comments, Chris?
This is the group that's running the transmission purchase. We are not members, but after your vote here, we will be members. This is a coalition of similarly sized utilities in Iowa, and currently no membership fee. I think they'll be a great resource for us in the future.
Is it a perpetual membership or does
Yeah.
it have to renew each year?
Yep, perpetual. Yeah, it's formed with the 2080 until
Till
we
it's dissolved?
formally vote to leave it or it gets dissolved, we'll be members.
Any benefits from the membership outside of the agreement that we would enter into?
I mean, in some cases, there's some different membership. Of course, I mean, we talk with a lot of utilities at IAMU, and so there is a lot of overlap in that. They do have a couple of other, their regional providers and regional groups that are members of this one and not of others. So, big benefits, no. Opportunities to touch base with people, yes.
And how is this organization funded? If they're not charging a membership fee, how do they?
It's kind of, I'll simplify it down to the means of the kind of southern Iowa, some of the regional power supply folks are funding that for the benefit of their membership. It's otherwise, other than the recent activities, it's kind of an informal organization, which is, with a lot of overlap with IAMU, so we haven't elected to participate in the past.
So why now? I mean, what came up that made it interesting?
The transmission purchase, the group transmission purchase is being run by this group.
Okay, other discussion? Roll call?
White,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Voight,
Yes.
Craven.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, need a first and second motion to approve the resolution approving a health insurance holiday.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion, Chris.
All right, so this is one of the items that came out of our last joint meeting with the city was, how are we gonna kind of spend down or get some benefit out of the accumulated health insurance fund. The suggestion out of that meeting was for November, December, and January to have those 3 months as a premium holiday, and that would apply to both the utilities portions and employee portions of that, pending the good financial results. And I did get some information from Jackie. There was $2.5 million in a fund balance as of June 30th, And as of what will be the next presented budget amount, it's that same 2.5 million. It's kind of sticking there, so. Certainly, I think Adam, with your thought process on where those fund balance should be, we have enough funds to do so. If you guys have any other questions, I'd be glad to answer those.
If someone starts in November, do they just get 3 months free before they start paying? Or how does that work?
I hadn't thought about it. Yes, it probably would. I mean, we're not charging premium, so if you elected, and it wouldn't be, you'd have to probably start before October to get the full November, but if, you start at any point in there and there was a premium due, it would not be charged until February. But we don't have any planned hires, so.
No.
But that's also, the holiday includes the employer portion of the premium, right? So that's like, what, 85% or what is that?
Yeah, so it's split, the benefit coming out of there, is split 85% to the utility and 15% to the employee. I'm sure, Justin can find some more water main breaks to fund out of his savings or all of that jazz. We'll encourage. We'll make good use of, the funds we don't have to contribute.
But I assume city council either has or will take up a similar action.
I'm expecting at their next meeting, they see this too, so we were in discussion with Jackie. I said I'd get the answer for her tomorrow, and they'll, I expect them to add that to their next meeting.
Okay, other discussion? Roll call.
White,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Voight,
Yes.
Craven.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, we are on to combined electric, water, and communications informational items. Chris?
All right, some of these will be quick. Had solar project still on track. Talked about that. Purchase of the land by the 29th. We did have Mayor Richardson toured our water facility since we last met. Came in and kind of looked, and we talked a lot about water results, and probably one of those quiet reasons everyone wants to live in Indianola is water quality compared to what you would get elsewhere.
Did you have any response from the business on the other side of town that was offering water shots?
The sign is down.
Thank you.
I didn't anticipate it coming down, but I did go out there and talk with them, and then after our conversations, when I came and talked with Chris, we decided to put the post out there, and then I'm not sure when it came down. I noticed it last Friday. I went to the football game, it was down, so.
Well, I'm across the street often. Caught my eye, but it didn't caught my eye when it was in the Advocate ad, so. Yeah. I just thought it was interesting, since we've had so many conversations about that here, that would pop up.
I think their sell on it was because they're not strictly Indianola, so they do get Warren County. Yeah, so and those people do have it.
Right.
So I don't know that it was necessarily tied to Indianola, but just obviously the placement wasn't good. And I did have a few phone calls on it, and I assured them that we didn't have the nitrates and stuff. And like I said, the sign's down now. So.
Well, I appreciated you guys posting the results of our tests, because I think that backs up kind of, it speaks for itself.
Yeah.
So.
Yep. So yeah, great water quality, and also Representative Fett came out. One of the legislative discussion priorities was water treatment, and related to a lot of the other communities with nitrate problems. So she came out and talked with Justin, and we kind of asked and answered questions. We talked about legislative priorities. Outside of water, electric came up a lot there too. Great opportunity to touch base, and
anything that we should be thinking about with contacting our legislation, or?
The last chunk on this, Brooke Bowden is now chair of the local government committee, and I think local government last year is who received some of those 2% cap type of things. I don't know that they'll come back or if there's any intent, but if they did come back, then probably she would be a good one to contact about that. And she is our local representative too, so I think that'll work well for us. And she's always been open and communicative with us, and our concerns about some of those artificial caps that had come up last legislative season. Been busy with the IPPA meetings and that transmission purchase. We had discussed with the city and with our attorney pole attachments, and that's reference Lumen and Mediacom that are still have the poles on the east side of town, and really that discussion centered about what downtown might look like once we're done with all that utilities. I think that'll be slow. They certainly put up a lot of a fight last time, but we're starting that discussion with them again. So
How many poles are left in the downtown area?
All of them. Yeah, I don't know exact number for sure. There's several. And we'll have to leave the ones on the south side and going up the east side of First Street until we get First Street converted over.
Yeah, I think we're gonna be this will, with Lumen and Mediacom, will have to be settled before we can get all the poles out, so that's not gonna be next year.
Yeah, we've talked about that for a while. I just thought we had taken some. I thought we were able to take some.
Is there anything we can do to work with city council to move that along?
No, it really is Lumen and their legal team. City council is, or well, not sorry, not city council. City staff was supportive of that. They had taken the lead previously, but out of our discussion, they're letting our attorney take the lead on, so they're supporting our attorney in their communications that will be coming to the providers there. How long that'll take, I don't know. It's been a battle before, and how optimistic I am. We undergrounded the east side of town in 2008, so they're still up. So we're starting that process. We're gonna give it a try. Other goal, we had our budget CIP drafts. We're working on those now. We'll probably have some presentation, hopefully at our next meeting, if not the November meeting. And that'll kind of wrap up what those capital priorities are for the 3 utilities. We did get, got all of our official cancellation of the 28E agreement through CFU. Got all those back, so everything's official. Like Kurt said, nothing big coming out of it. Everyone knew why they're there. We took the safe route. If somebody slips through and falls through and doesn't, the amendment, stumbles, we still have a path out. And like I said, I'm optimistic. Kurt's plan for the video service really looks like it'll be a great solution. So we'll end up with CFU was a great partner while it lasted. We'll have a great system going forward. So I'm optimistic about the future of video service. And just as a quick update on rates, as we start in the budget, just some stuff to think about. We're expecting the water increase, expecting to recommend another increase. It'll be similar to last year's. Don't have exact numbers on that yet, but we didn't have any comments or concerns voiced to us with last year's increase. Expecting to maintain that, and ultimately it'll keep us consistent. We were median price last year out of all the Iowa communities. We kind of have one of those cost of construction related increases that'll follow it. I expect us to also end right in that median slot on water. As far as electric goes, like everything, there's good news and bad news. Mean is slightly ahead of budget, and we're talking about they're $50,000 ahead out of $40 million worth of budget so far, so everything's looking good, on budget, on plan. They said last year, we probably would expect a 3% increase. There's every reason to believe that'll be, what we're looking at. We do have, this year, the good news out of the wholesale rate increases, we will have the solar facility online by next April 1st, when those new rates would come in effect. So we got a little bit of, expecting a wholesale rate increase, but then we'll have, for all the watts that come out of that, we're probably about 35% less than our wholesale cost, and so will be a little offsetting savings,
So when's our first month of budget impact? Is it April? Or would it be later?
Well, there's two phases. So if commercial operations happens December 31st, so we'll call that January 1st. First month of January, they'll produce and then bill us in February. So we'll start seeing that savings in power in that January,
So we'll see
paid
it
in
yet
February.
first quarter.
Yep. In that February timeframe. Now, when it comes to what wholesale rate increase Mean might do, their budget is April 1st to March 30th budget year. So we'll start paying any increased costs for that in April.
I was really thinking more the solar, so sorry.
Yeah, oh, sorry.
I didn't ask that question very well, but thank you.
And fiber, like I said, video service will likely see increase due to programming costs. That's kind of just, the name of the game of the business there. Internet won't change materially. However, we will be offering some new speed packages as Kurt's looking at multi-gig options. We'll have those rolled out, and so I don't know exactly how everything will line up. We don't want to have a huge infinite number of packages, but we'll have some multi-gig opportunity speeds there, and we'll work with you guys on pricing, and I think we'll kind of talk pricing a little bit at the next meeting, but like the rest, our intent is, if you want the multi-gig, certainly there's going to be an opportunity to pay more, but we're not looking to force any rate changes on anybody. That's our expectation going forward. That's all.
So for both, primarily water and electric, will you share both like a rate study of showing us, projecting out what the impact of any rates that you're proposing will be?
Yep.
And then also kind of secondary to that, not necessarily secondary, but in addition to that, market analysis of how our rates compare to other municipalities and competitors, basically.
Yep, not a problem.
And as you're having those conversations, I assume you're talking with Jake about what's happening with the city, with the sewer.
Yeah, he doesn't have any definitive, answers or results, and, he's looking at everything now, so I don't know that I have an answer on what they're gonna do yet, or if I did, I probably wouldn't share it here and let the.
Right, my thought was, is we just need to be at least informing each other what's happening, so we can respond appropriately, because I'm guessing we'll get questions on either side.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, everything that we do shows up on the same bill,
Yeah.
and so, our customer service staff has to answer the questions, one way or another, and so we definitely always want to have the answers on what's going on across the bill. So we'll continue, working with them and make sure to update everyone when they have a little more concrete idea.
So along those lines, I assume I keep looking at Bob because he's our city rep here tonight, but I assume they're doing their capital improvement planning as well. We've always talked about being able to hopefully share some information, so if there's any overlap, particularly with water, will we have that information this year?
We're trying, I don't know that I mean, we kind of have ideas on areas they're looking. But I think with that budget is in so much flux, you know, it could go any number of ways, just.
And I'm not suggesting that we hold up hours, I just, if there was an opportunity, that we would be wise about how we need to manage it.
Yeah, I think, you know, when it comes to water, last year we kind of had some IMU only. We tried to line up any of the shared opportunities. When that fell through, we kind of moved to a backup plan. I would expect we'll have one of those we're gonna try to allocate some dollars to participate in the city-related projects, and if that happens to fall through, we'll change our
We'll tackle
priority.
our list.
Yeah.
That's a good idea. I think that worked well this year.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Chris.
All right, any other business to come before us? All right, otherwise I need a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? We are adjourned.
We'll be back.